Oh, is somebody on here? Hello. Traveling Granny. Nice to see you. This is all so new to me. If it's just you and me, that'd be great. I gotta get used to where I'm looking here. It's a rainy day. Don't have much light here. I hope it looks okay. Can you hear me? Good morning. Thumbs up. Hello. Wish I could see this better. See, I'm doing this on my cell phone, so it's kind of hard for me to see who these all these chats are from. Bonnie, Dee, hi Dee, Kathy, Barbara, Cheryl, Donna. Good to see you all. I missed a few in the beginning. We hear you. Oh, good, good. It's just my cell phone. Just me and my cell phone. Hi, Woody. Traveling Granny, thumbs up. Little Rambo, Marion, Monica, Kiwi Rose, hi. Lori, hey. Does it look okay? I mean, is it enough light? Hello from Florida. Hello from out west. This is fun. I might do this more often. Did anybody come with questions for me today? Hello from Canada. Yeah, I started early today. I should really wait, shouldn't I? I always get on live and I wait for them to come on. Oops. Knock the camera. Oh, look, see? No hands. When I'm doing my videos, I'm always holding up the camera. This time, no hands. I'm at a Love's and I bought a little windshield, what do you call it? Mount for the camera. So no hands. I'm gonna have to go back and answer some of you. This is so new to me. They just scroll by so fast. Good to see you all. Herb and Bucket Homestead. Gosh, I didn't know that they disappeared. Maybe on a computer they wouldn't. Cheryl Davis, Sharon and Cinnamon. I look okay, good. Sound good, good. Why do they disappear like that? How close are you to getting to the redwoods? Well, I think that it will be soon, real soon. Probably in 2 weeks. Probably 2 weeks. You know we're behind on our videos, right? So don't make me tell you. All YouTubers do not, most YouTubers that I've ever seen are delayed. Partly because it takes a while to edit the videos, and partly because it's just a safety factor too. I am totally out west. I have been to the coast, let me put it that way. Oh gosh, I wish they didn't. I wish I could scroll back. Next time I promise I'll use the computer. I bet it's better. I could scroll back on the northern Utah. Dee, how are your pups? Are they sleeping? Let me show you one. Come here, little Miss Susie. Here's little Miss Susie. Coco's way in the back. She's probably sleeping, but there's my little Susie. Plan after the redwoods? Good question. I want to see the rest of America. There's a whole bunch out there. I want to get to national parks, of course, but there's a lot of little out-of-the-way places too. Am I looking wrong? Okay, now I'm looking at you right. That's my Susie girl. She's a snuggler. Well, Coco's a snuggler too, but right now she's in the back. Susie doesn't want to be on camera, do you, baby? Can you show them how you snuggle? Nope, camera shy. She's more comfortable over there. Okay, I may have missed some things. You might have to repeat. She's so cute. Oh, I love Susie's haircut. Well, I didn't like it at first because it was supposed to be more like, I mean, I like her hair really wild on top and shaved on the rest of her, but I'm getting used to it. It's nice to see more of her face. Um, Still in the process of editing my 4-month trip footage. I understand that. Dolores, hello from Maryland. Paulina, inspiration. Oh, thank you. I'm just doing what I'm doing. It's not as difficult as some people seem to think it is. Let me put my wipers on. It didn't help any. Not that you can see that. There's a road right out in front of me, so I hope the noise isn't a bother. And I do have the air conditioning on because it's so wet outside that the windows are all up, and that helps probably with the noise too. But you might be able to hear the motor running. It'll go back to electric in a minute. Inspiration, greetings from Toronto. Thank you, Paulina. Dolores, hello from Maryland. And then it fades away. I don't get them all. What's the most difficult thing about it? Good question, Dee. Difficult thing about it. Well, it's the most difficult and sometimes the most fun is figuring out where to go next, right? All the way, not just because I had a goal of the redwoods. It's always, every day, I have to think about, am I going to stay here? Am I going to go? That's part of the freedom. I enjoy it, and I will talk in more detail in a little while about how I figured that out. Sharon and Cinnamon, I remember seeing you. Thank you. Northern part of San Francisco Bay Area. You know, I do avoid big towns. I really, really do. I have to go through them once in a while to get where I'm going, maybe too far out of the way. Or sometimes, you know, when you go around a big city, there may be an accident there, and Google will let me know it's actually closer to go through. Can't seem to get out more than 15 miles out of the driveway. Let's see. Oh, they come back if I touch. Wow. All right. I didn't know that. I'm learning. Scroll up. Oh, good idea. Yeah. I didn't know that. This is probably going to be a whole lot easier on a computer. Coming to Michigan, you can park in my place as long as you like. Oh, thank you. I haven't figured out how we can communicate without revealing, you know, your phone number and mine. Oklahoma, hi, Ann. Difficult thing. Yeah, I was just talking about how to find the next place that I'm going to stay, how long I'm going to stay. A lot of times it's weather, you know. For a long time, I was running from storms, and I said that numerous times in my videos. But when I left Florida, it was like the wind blew me west. There was just this big storm coming. In fact, I skipped from the panhandle of Florida all the way to Texas in just one day. I just ran from a storm. There was a cold front dropping down with icy, cold, windy, even toward Florida. So I just scooted under it before it went. Anyway, old news. Yeah, the weather is a big thing that determines where I'm going to go. So first thing I look at sometimes is a weather app. That's why I miss the Grand Canyon, because Flagstaff and beyond were just predicting icy roads and snowstorms and, well, not snowstorms, but snow, and I don't want snow. Although I've had some really pretty snow drives at elevation, but luckily the roads have been quite clear. They've been, the roads are warm enough to melt the snow, so it hadn't been a problem as far as slippery. But I am aware that bridges and some other places sometimes can accumulate ice before other parts of the road will. That's even true in Florida if it's during the winter time and it's wet. Am I looking at the right place? Am I looking off somewhere? I've kind of gotten used to that when I'm actually editing a video, but am I looking live at you right now? Am I looking you in the eye? Let's see. It's like I'm rude reaching for the camera here. Scroll up. Touch the screen and scroll up. Plant-based trekker. Brittany is still with us. We're just outside of Flagstaff, Arizona. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys, I met some people at a place that's going to come up on my next video. I wish I'd taken pictures of y'all when we were at that fireplace, at the fire ring there in the desert. That would have been so nice. I really should have recorded some of our talking. This is rude of me. No, here, oh, that works too. Oh, how nice. I don't have to touch the camera to scroll. Breath of Home. What a nice name. Cheryl Davis. The rain looks good. It's 93 degrees here. Oh, it's cooler here. That's nice. Do I move every day or several days? I was at a casino for 2 nights last night because it was just so nice. They had an RV park across the street, and I could have stayed in the regular parking, but their parking spots were so narrow I didn't want somebody to bang me with the door when they came in after a couple of drinks or something. I really like casinos. They are only ones I've ever stayed at have been free, although I have seen online where a few of them do charge a little bit to stay in an RV. But I like them not just because they're free, and they usually have some free or extremely cheap RV charging, which is awfully nice. The one I was at last night had free RV charging, so I do like to spend some time doing that. But they have excellent security. I mean, they don't just have a liquor license, they also have a gambling license. So they really have to have, and they have lots and lots of money there, so they do have to have security teams, real serious security, not just some guard, that's doesn't want to be there. It's really a serious security, so I like that. Hi Barbara, Leslie, hello Jen, you're doing great, thank you. I may have scrolled back too far. Thank you for being patient with me. Monica, you just discovered me today? Well, I hope you're enjoying watching some of the videos and maybe you have some questions. Do I inquire at the casino to stay on their property? Yes, I absolutely do. Before I ever go there, I call first, and they've all been extremely nice. Yes, of course. And I eat there. I had dinner 2 nights there at the last casino I was at, and it was wonderful. This last casino that I was at last night, it was so big. Looking across where just the gaming tables, like the slot machines and so forth were, it was like looking across a really huge Walmart where you could barely see the other end. Seriously. And then all the way around that, there were like convention centers and shopping and VIP rooms and entertainment places and restaurants and a food court, and it was a really beautiful place. They are usually very beautiful, and a lot of them, I think maybe all of them that I've been at, have been at Native American run or owned. I don't know how exactly that works, but I love the security there and that it's free. So and I don't think we have them in Florida, but that's another advantage that the West Coast has. Sandpel, hello from Yuma, Arizona. Hi. I bet it's warm there, unless you're up in elevation. I've learned about that. They don't have elevations in Florida. Anything special for my first 10,000 subscribers? Yeah, I'm almost there. It's like so few. Hi, Oklahoma, Charlotte. Anybody got any ideas what I should do for my first 10,000 subscribers? Any suggestions would be great. I think a live stream would be really wonderful, but who knows when it'll happen. Maybe I'll just pop on and see if anybody's there. And maybe I could look up and see what some others have done for 10,000 too. It's just, I am Okay. I am so blown away by what YouTube has done, or what I've done, or you've done. So glad to see you live. Been watching you for a little while. Love your outlook on life. Thank you. Living with Grandma. Richard, hi. Live stream for the 10,000. That's what I'm thinking. It would be a way to thank people. Yep, this is live now, Tammy. I'm learning. I just hope my internet connection holds up. It's coming through my car. I have a hot spot in my car. I went over, there's a Starbucks not far from me, and I went over there and I didn't see any. Everybody talks about them having Wi-Fi, but I couldn't find it. So give me a thumbs up if you're wanting to get on the road and you're not on the road yet. I'd like to know how many people here are still yearning to get out there. Thank you for sharing. It's 68 in Oregon and planning on going on the road in 2023. All right. That's Linda Larson. Yeah, all this would probably be easier on a computer. Hello from Michigan. Love your channel. Thank you, Antoinette. Oh yeah, this would be easier on a computer. Richard, Linda, I'm in Oregon. Yes, it's getting hot here too. Thumbs up. Hi Jan, love your channel. Hi Heidi. Look at all those thumbs up. Oh, by the way, I usually forget to do these things, but if you would give a thumbs up on the channel too, then it would help promote my live streams next, I guess. Always nice to see you. Very refreshing. Thank you, Tammy. Kara. Kara says a thumbs up. Isabel. Sharon and Cinnamon. Don't forget to hit the like button. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Kiwi Rose. Carolyn Koch. Living Life with Grandma will be on the road next year. Good for you. I'm just wondering what all of you are doing for, got to save for a vehicle. That's Lynn Sweet. I've got this up so high, and then I have, and these are, what do you call them? When they're graded, anyway, my glasses, I have to look through the bottom to read, so doing like that. They're not bifocal, they're progressive, that's the word. Little Sweet is saving for the vehicle. Herb and Bucket Homestead. Eventually I'll be on the road. Right now I'm working. Yeah, I had to do that too. I had to put it off for a few years because I didn't get to retire as soon as I would like to have. Breath of Home looks straightforward. Oh, not at that. look like at, no. If I'm looking at the center of the phone right now, it's like this. If I'm looking like that, that's looking at you, I think. Okay, enough of that stuff. My Golfy camper is almost done. Going to try it out end of next week. That's good to experiment. I didn't do that. I had it all in my head. You know, I had done it in my head a million times and never went out and tested it in my driveway even. I just took off. I didn't have time. My house sold so quick. I had to put everything together really quick, get rid of everything really quick. And luckily, I had been working on it some. I already had my van. I got this van in, I think it was November of last year. And then I put my house up for sale on the 12th or 13th, and the next day it sold. So it's a good thing I had already started giving things away. I had the rooftop box, but I still had a whole lot to get rid of, you know, in the 2 weeks before I wanted to get out. So I had a lot to do at the first campground, just getting rid of things. I was giving things away for a long time. I was going around a campground, or the rangers that would come by, would you please take this, please? was kind of fun too. Hi, Judith. Ginger Graves, love your videos. Thank you. Judith B, thumbs up. Would love to see your rig. I do have um, a quick video details of my minivan. It's the first video. And by the way, I did go back to my channel and number all of my videos so that you can kind of see them in order. I think there's only 14 of them though, which is just totally amazing to have nearly 10,000 subscribers with just 14 little old videos up. Now there are some older ones that I did like 15 years ago, but back then things were so different. I had a camera you had to carry on your shoulder. I never was really good with the camera part. I like the editing. But anyway, yeah, I don't really count those few videos that I did from a long time ago because everything's changed. The program, the computers, everything. Yes, and oh yes, Barbara, about my rig. Not, it's too messy to show you right now. Sorry. It's real life. It's messy, 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 piled up back there. You know, in a small, like a minivan, or even just a bigger van, if you go to the store and buy a few things, that's enough to really mess it up. I mean, you got to put it away right away. And luckily, when you get groceries, you can put them away right away because you're there in your home in the parking lot, so you can put away your groceries right then and there. But if you don't, you know, you've already got a piled up mess if you've had to really stock up some. And then on a day where you're getting a lot done, if you have to also get your laundry done, it's not like in a house where it just fits over on a table somewhere. It takes up the whole van, so it can get messy really quick. It also cleans up pretty quick too. And in a minivan, I like that it's easy to get to things. Because while you can't walk around in a minivan, you can walk around a minivan. I can literally reach anything in here through a door. You know, there's of course, the front doors, and then the big sliding doors, and then the hatch in the back. I can make up the bed from the outside. I can get to everything in there, so that's really helpful if you're worried about being able to stand up. Okay. Progressive, right, progressive lenses. Part-time, I would miss my grandkids and kids. Hi, Happy Camper. Well, one of the things, if you happen to have kids and grandkids that are all around the United States, you can go see them. Waiting for retirement. I remember having to wait for retirement. You know, I needed to build up a little more money to be able to get out there. Saving for the van and waiting for husband to retire, of course. I am 75, so Arizona's on my bucket list. Yes. I want to see every single state. You know, they're all so different, and yet they're all so much alike too. People, it just... After having been out here, one thing that has changed for me is that hearing people say they're afraid of America and Americans, I've changed on that. I understand it because I remember how I felt that way. But you know what a lot of that fear is? You're used to your little town. Like I was used to Gainesville, Florida. I knew where everything was. I didn't have to use my GPS running around town. I knew my neighbors. I had my doctors there, so everything was comfortable there. But you know, you take an average town, which Gainesville maybe is kind of an average town. It's not a huge town. It's not a little tiny town. So you take another town of about that size anywhere in the United States, and you're going to find about the same percentage of good and bad people in any town. So there's really not any reason to be afraid. And now with modern technology like GPS, you can get familiar and comfortable with a place really quick. You can find things. So I think it's just a fear of the unknown. It's not a fear of America and Americans. Yeah, there are crazy people out there, but guess what? There could be crazy people right where you are. Houses sell quickly everywhere now. Yeah, for sure. So be kind of ready when you put it up for sale. Plan on different options. I didn't plan as well as I could have. Toaster oven, hello. NIDZ1, some of these are kind of hard to. Hello from New Jersey. Dolores, thumbs up. It's 80-ish here in Georgia. I'm a full-timer. Good for you. 2 years. You have a lot of experience. I could learn from you. I stay 14 days boondocking in Chattahoochee National Forest or Dawson Forest, and the rest of the month is U.S. Army Corps sites. I've heard really good things about U.S. Army Corps sites, and I really want to do a lot more of the boondocking. Right now it's a road trip for me, not just camping. So I don't stay any place 2 weeks. Oh, I did recently, but that'll be a future video. That was worth it. That's great. And someday I'd like to have a meetup. I don't know where it would be. Planning that kind of thing, I'm sure is kind of difficult to where you can get the most people there. Hi, Lisa. Parked next to you in Florida, in the Florida get-together. A foot and light-hearted I took to the open road. Oh, Lisa, yes. Are you the one, Lisa, with the tile in your Class B that everybody looked at and was so interested in? That was a beautiful van. I can't see your picture very well there. Maybe after the live is over, I can go back and look. I can't keep food in my cooler. Battling food poisoning now. So sticking to peanut butter for a while. Yeah, what you can take with you. I started out, and I don't think I've ever really talked about this, but I started out with an electric cooler, which is not really a refrigerator. I thought I was gonna, just be able to keep fruits and vegetables in there and maybe some cheese and eggs, or, not meat. Don't try to keep meat in one of those. One time I got shrimp because I thought I was going to eat it all, pretty quickly. So I thought that'd be okay. And then apparently just a little part of a shrimp was in there. Oh, I can't tell you what a disaster that was. That was hard to clean out and really stinky. So I would not, in one of those coolers, I would not. It was like hidden up under the fan. Anyway, I don't suggest spending the money on an electric cooler, really. I ended up giving it away, and I had to buy a refrigerator. The electric cooler wasn't even cold enough for drinks to me. Yeah, there are a lot of things, though. There's packaged meat. I showed some of that in my video about my kitchen. There's meat that comes in little packets if you're a meat eater, chicken, and of course tuna, and protein bars and protein shakes. Favorite thing that you bought for van life, and what could you have done without? Well, I think the refrigerator I just talked about. I don't know, though. I feel like a spoiled brat with the ice maker. I don't even use it every day, of course, but I really appreciate it when I do get to use it. It's just kind of a treat. Sherry, is that you? Grandma Huggababy's here. I'm at my son's and Hulk is in the shop. Getting work on the front end done. We'll be back on the road in a few days. Well, good for you, Sherry. I need to talk to you sometime. Yeah, I did a van tour of Sherry, of her high-top van when I was there in Cottonwood. I own 2 Class Bs and definitely think your minivan is a better choice. Well, everybody's different. You have to think about what's best for you. Um, you know, a minivan was cheaper than a Class B because whatever I got, I wanted it to be new because I'm mechanically challenged. I needed to have the warranty. So, and to get all the bells and whistles I could, a minivan was better, but it was also better for me getting in and out, not having to climb quite so high. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of you. Glad I caught you, Sherry. Hi, Lori. You asked about the favorite thing that I bought from my van. Well, you know, the ice maker is a treat, but I don't know that it's the favorite thing. I really like my bed. I haven't talked much about my bed. It is a like a pool lounge chair made out of that resin plastic, you know, really hard plastic. And because it's a lounge chair, the head of it comes up a little bit, and you can use it like a recliner, you know, how those pool lounge chairs. No arms on it. I had to look a long time to find one with no arms, with the resin legs, so that it could be leveled out. In other words, the back legs are a lot shorter. It had to be sawed off so that it would fit on the curve of the floor. I didn't build a floor in. So I think maybe the bed's my favorite thing, because I certainly depend on it. You need a comfortable bed. Whatever you do, you need a comfortable bed. I have a 6-inch foam trifold mattress, and that works really good for me. And all those pillows that you see in my first video tour, all still with me, with clothes in them. And I most people wouldn't like it because it takes up a lot of room, but for me, I elevate my feet at night, so I just pile them all along the back and then put my feet up on them, or my legs up on them. So that works good for me, makes it comfortable. My bed is my favorite. Love your scarf, thank you. I wear these all the time. I got used to wearing them with COVID, you know, to put up over the paper mask. And now it's just kind of an old lady thing for the neck. Any advice for learning how to edit videos? Oh, well, let's see, Bonnie. Amputee, I loved your comment. I just answered one of your comments recently. Thanks for commenting. Editing. I use Pinnacle Studio. I started out many years ago. The last one I remembered that I bought was Pinnacle Studio 9. And I probably had 4 or 5 or whatever number before that, because I did use it for a couple of years, just as a part-time little sort of hobby business. And I learned about the theory of editing, you know, with the music and that sort of thing. And of course, now it's Pinnacle 25. So over all those years, you can imagine how many changes there have been. So I had to relearn it a little bit. But the concept of editing was still there. It just takes some practice. And when you're watching videos, you know, try to notice really what they're doing. And of course, YouTube. There's an awful lot on YouTube about how to edit. There are Pinnacle Studio tutorials also. Another reason I got Pinnacle Studio is because the other types of really good editing programs like Adobe at the time were a lot more expensive. And to me, they were not as user-friendly as Pinnacle Studio, so I hope that helps. Keep the nomadic lifestyle indefinitely, or is it just for a certain period before you go back to sticks and bricks? I hope not. I don't want to go back to sticks and bricks. You know, I could foresee someday, if I absolutely had to buy some land and have a tiny house. Everybody talks about that, but I would consider that. But you know, gosh, as I'm traveling, particularly when I was in Florida and very new, I would look at houses. I mean, as I'm going along the beaches there and looking at these gorgeous movie star looking homes bazillionaires owned, all I could think about was like, wow, I wonder what kind of gas mileage that gets, or you know, they got to have a huge staff. I mean, it just seemed to me like, why would you just so stuck in one place you can't move it? That's an odd concept to me now, to have a house you can't move. That's kind of silly, but that's the way I feel. You know, a house is upkeep. Work, money, upkeep. You can see it in a beautiful house that's well done. You can really see it in a house that's very run down. Upkeep and expense. And will I keep going? Well, I might consider it when I go back to Florida, probably for the winter, at least part of the winter. I can imagine being a camp host there at some of the parks. I would not be able to do some of the camp host things, so I would hope I could work in an office, or maybe, you know, at the Rangers booth there, greeting people. Or I did a video on the Coretian, I think they call it, park in Florida, where they have guides that go around and tell people about it. Maybe in one of the buildings there, there's someone sitting there that can tell them about the park and the history. So that would be something I would consider. I don't know. I want to be on the road. This is just amazing. I mean, I guess you can see it through my videos that it's amazing, but I'm amazed every day, every state I go in. It's just beautiful everywhere. Okay, Kiwi Rose, 50 people of the live stream and just a handful of likes. Go ahead and smash the like button. Thank you. If you don't see it, close the live chat, smash the like, then come back to the live chat. Thank you. You seem like a very experienced live chatter. Been trying to get on the road since March of 2020. Yeah, a lot of things can get in your way, really. I know family issues can be in the way, money can be in the way, not being retired, but you can take short trips. You can practice in your driveway. I always thought that would be fun, but by the time my house sold, I didn't have time to practice in my driveway. Every minute was taken with getting things in the car. Have to step out of your comfort zone to travel. Yeah, it's really comfortable for me now. This is very comfortable for me. Gosh, going back to a recliner, oh, no recliners. Gosh, someday when I want a comfortable chair, I'm going to regret saying that. I live on an island, and we even have the crazy old men who ride around on bicycles and act weird. Hi, Ginger. Islands can be beautiful. I ended up living in my car due to a house fire. Wow. Lost it all. Was the only survivor. Went to volunteer as a support for Smoky Mountain fires. On the way home, semi hit me. Oh, so now you're in a Toyota Sienna. Oh my goodness. Toaster oven. I'm so sorry to hear about all that. I'm glad you have that option. I hope everything's okay for you now. Sounds like maybe California. Was that the California fires? Oh, you're in Georgia. Oh my gosh, you really turned east, Tammy. Yeah, I took a left turn at the Florida line and kept going. Hello from Northwest Georgia. You're living my dream. Just turned 63. Well, at 63, you're just a kid. You've got a lot of time to go to 71. Let's see. I had just turned 71 not too long when I took to the road. Come to East Tennessee. Well, I will be back that way. Van Granny, yes, I'm one with the tile. Oh, the one with the tile, yes. I remember that van well. I do. Like I said, we need to talk sometime. We need to do that meetup kind of thing again. Still saving money and having time finding someone to replace me in a caretaking situation. Yeah, breath of home. I know what you mean. Connie Lowe, hello. I hope to travel west this winter. Yeah, there are a lot of reasons for being out here in the winter. Um, a lot of people are in the deserts. The deserts, I've come to really like the deserts. Wouldn't want to live there full time, of course. Just to visit, drive through. Hello from the coast of Maine. I lived there when I was a little kid. My brother was born in Bangor, Maine, so I don't remember it too terribly well. But I would love to see it in the fall. I bet Maine is just beautiful in the fall. JJSW was supposed to get on the road this month. Solo husband is ill, so on hold for now. Unless there is a get-together on the eastern part of the U.S., so it will be a short trip. Gas prices. Hi, Richard. Yeah, boy. Well, I use the apps, the Gas Buddy. I was going to do Get Upside app where they give you cash back, but, I'm pretty busy for a retired person. I travel a lot. I really travel a lot. It's kind of a struggle for me to get a video up every week. I do try my best. And I don't know if these live streams kind of fill in for that or not. Doesn't matter. I'd like to still be able to get up one a week, but somehow they just kept getting later and later last month, and I only put up 3 videos last month. Shame, shame, shame. I take a lot of time on a video, partly because I film so much. I want to get every little leaf. I want to get every blade of grass, every big tall tree. I take so much video, then I have to whittle it down. I take way too much. I filled up 2 phones real quick. And so I had to get it onto my computer and off of the phone, and I was just having so much fun taking videos and pictures, and most of it I never did use, but I could cut down my editing time if I would cut down what I'd film, but I don't know how to do that. It's all so pretty. Gas price. Oh, back to gas prices. Well, you probably know, if you've seen several of my videos, I have a plug-in hybrid minivan, and so it's like a hybrid. It goes, it prefers mine prefers the electric. It uses the electric first, and once the electric is run out, then the motor comes on to charge the battery up. So it's like a Prius in that way, and it does have climate control, but the difference in this and a Prius as far as the climate control is, this will stay on for this. The climate control will stay on for, it's odd that it varies. You would think it'd be an exact precise time, but it's an hour or more, which usually is enough to warm up the car. Well, I mean, it's always enough to warm up the car or to cool down the car. And then if I need to restart it again later, I can use the key fob to remote start it. So that's kind of nice if I need to warm up the car again or cool off the car in the night. And that's, that's a big advantage. It doesn't use gas the whole time. And it may be a safety feature. I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to have a fire start or something, the reason they cut it off after an hour. But it gets really good mileage. And it's almost impossible it is impossible for me to tell you what my gas mileage is because, for example, right now, I'm sitting still. But I'm using energy, gas and electric off and on, which really cuts down on what the overall gas mileage would be. So I try to save money on gas by not driving quite as far each time too. I buy baking potatoes and use a microwave at a gas station or truck stop. Just started living in my car back in March, so I try to watch most all your videos. Well, thank you. Oh, toaster oven, yeah. I bought some the potato flakes, which really keep well, and all you got to do is add a little water to those, little hot water if you can, and those are really good. Of course, right now I'm trying to stay away from carbohydrates, but yeah, there are a lot of things that you can get. There's even rice in little packets that is already cooked, and all you really have to do is warm it up. Hey again, Sherry. Hey, Sherry, this is my first of these lives, so I'm so glad to have you here. All of you here. Goodness. Um, Connie, Susie's so cute. She sure is. I wish Coco was more sociable right now, but right now she's asleep. I don't want to disturb her. Hey, Coco. Nope. Didn't even look up. uh, Hi, Claude. You're such a sweetheart. Was it Lori? Beds are important for sure. Absolutely. It's something you use every day. It's going to make your whole day more comfortable if you have a nice bed. I'm going to start traveling soon. How do I connect with other women? Good question, Deborah. Um, I'm more outgoing than I've been. I mean, I've been, this is going to sound bipolar, which I don't think I am, but I've had times in my life where I was shy, really shy, really, really painfully shy. I think a lot of people go through that though, mostly high school years, right? Or some period of life. And then I've had times where, my gosh, people would say, I think you're the most confident person I've ever seen. So I don't know. I meet people pretty easy right now. I talk to everybody. I had a party I considered it a party in the dog park at Love's the other day. There were several truck drivers and a couple who were truck drivers, a team, and everybody had their dogs in there and everybody's talking, and it was usually there aren't that many people in the dog park, but this particular one was kind of fun. And the woman that was part of the team there, she said, truck drivers have a lot of extra shower tickets, and she said, we'll give you one of ours. Well, it turned out they were out of hot water. There was something wrong with their water heater, but that's okay. And she said, well, and a guy there, she and another guy there said, since they have so many extra, you can just go up to them and ask them, and they'll give you one. And so I'm thinking, all right, well, how do you do that? My first thought is, well, gosh, I can't imagine going up to a strange man and saying, would you give me a shower? No, I think there's a better way to do that. I think you could say, do you have an extra shower ticket? Might really do the trick. I know Nikki Daventhal, who was in a Prius, I think she was going to something else, but she's got a YouTube channel and she gets free tickets from truck drivers sometimes. That was nice of them. It was fun. Good to meet people along the road. And I'm sorry, I need to get back to your question. I'm getting sidetracked here. How to connect with other women? Several times, I don't usually stay in a truck stop when I'm sleeping at a truck stop or any free place. What I usually do is go to a city park or county park nearby. They're usually beautiful. They spend taxpayer money on it, so they upkeep it pretty good. They have nice big garbage cans all over the place. They have a bathroom, picnic tables, usually shady. Parks are a good place to go through the day. And you know what? Other women who travel are going to be there probably during the day too. So if you see some woman in a van, just start up a conversation with them. And I've met a lot of them that way, including Sherry. Hi, Sherry. In fact, the next day, or the day before, I guess it was, that I met Sherry at Cottonwood. There were a couple of ladies there in vans, and they had gotten together, talked. They'd just met. So the three of us sat down and talked, and, that's how you meet people. It's great. Michelle, hello. Finding truth. I'm in an O2 minivan, has high miles, keeping me to just explore neighboring states. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. If you don't feel pretty good about your vehicle, stay close and have you need to have some kind of roadside service just for your safety. I've only been able to fold down one side of the seats and just sleep on the floor, still looking. Yeah, there are all kinds of things that you can do, some of them really simple as far as fixing up. I've seen quite a few people in SUVs. That was kind of my first thought, and And I think SUVs are a good option, hopefully a larger SUV. Um, but the clearance, my poor little minivan is just a low rider, and that's something that I have to be aware of. Sometimes even driving around on city streets in a minivan, you know, if there's too big of a dip coming out of a parking lot. Is there a way to power a CPAP machine? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. I don't have a CPAP machine, so I don't know a lot about it, but I know people, I've heard people talk about them, and yes, I think they use the solar battery. And right now I'm very upset with my solar battery. I have a Bluetti that I got last year before I even started out. And I'm hoping that they will resolve my issue, because right now it goes to zero over almost nothing. I have my refrigerator plugged into my minivan. This minivan, and probably a lot of them, has a 12-volt outlet in the back, and it's got a 12-volt outlet in the front. So my refrigerator is running off the car, not the Bluetti, because it's going to zero really quick. It still will do a pass-through charge. Like if I have it plugged into the car to charge it, it won't really charge, but at least it will charge my computer, thank goodness. And everything else I'm charging off the car, because, you know, this, I don't know if you're very familiar with these, and I don't think I've talked about it before, but my minivan has a battery for the car, like a regular car. Then it has a battery in the back, actually in the very back, for the accessories, it says, which probably means these big heavy doors that are electric that it has to open. And then it has a bank of batteries right where the second row of seats were. So the motor is charging all those batteries. And so it's kind of like a power station itself, the vehicle is. Yes, I saw your play. You're the best. Oh, thank you. You need a power bank like a Jackery. Yeah. I'm not happy with my Bluetti. I'm gonna see if I can wield my almost 10,000 subscribers. I'm hoping you guys will. I'm hoping it'll help to tell them, hey, I've got a YouTube channel. I'm gonna do a review, and I think you would want me to do a good review. Maybe they'll. I've heard of them sending people a whole new one, even if they don't, I mean, just out of the blue, not to replace one, as a review. So I would love to review another Bluetti and be able to give you a good review, because right now my review would not be good. I can't read that one. Hi Jan, Doreen from Northern California. I'm so enjoying your real videos and appreciate your attention to the accompanying music. Thank you. Which for sure captures the feel of the scenery. Well, that's how I feel. I mean, well, for example, in that last one where I put that sort of scary like music with the coyotes or coyotes, whatever it is, and the cute little lizard. You know, if I'd put violins with that, it really would have felt different, wouldn't it? I have seen YouTubers use some odd music with their videos, and it really does change the feeling of it. In fact, I'm sure some of you watch Chrome from Van City Van Life. If you don't, you ought to look him up. He's done some videos on how to do videos, and he talked about using a cell phone and so forth as a camera, and he talked about the music too. I think it comes from my dance background. I've never talked to you about my dance background. But yeah, the movement with the music. I'm in Eastern Tennessee, lost my family and home last summer. You're not homeless. You're between homes. It is a new adventure. What a great way to look at it. It is a new adventure. There's so many people that are, you know, they wish they could do something. They'd kind of like to do something, or maybe someday I'll do something, or they want to do something. To me, it was a yearning to get out here and see all of this. It was something I had to do, and like you said, a new adventure. That's a great way to look at it. Small world, sorry for your troubles. Yeah. What are you doing? Are you in Georgia to make a beeline out of the west? Oh, I'm not in Georgia. No, I'm on the west coast. If you're talking to me, I'm not seeing all the conversations. I'll get better at this. Oh, Tennessee just made it a felony to be homeless and sleep in or camp in public. I don't understand. I don't understand. You know, instead of solving the problem for people who are homeless, I mean, they are making it criminal. I don't understand. Carol from Glorious Life on Wheels is really making an effort to help the homeless. Glow, I don't know if any of you watch her channels, but she's really made a big effort to help people that are homeless. So sad about Tennessee, absolutely. See, Pat, we need to get a power bank with enough wattage for the machine and to be able to run the whole night, right, which my Blue Eddy isn't right now. One of the issues is the heat, ventilation and airflow. Hot air being sweaty and sticky is my biggest fear. Well, I am in a location that's not terribly hot yet. Give my location, except that I'm at a Love's truck stop. So I haven't been through summer yet. I left in mid-December, so summer hasn't been an issue yet. I've had some warmer nights, but nothing particularly hot. Fans. I don't really know. Elevation, that's the answer. Elevation is 100% the answer. The 2 times that I have driven through snowy conditions, even though the road, as I said, was nice, they were elevation. You know, it was raining lower down and it was snowing up at higher elevations. So if you can get to a place that's higher, someone told me that for every 1,000 feet, it's 3 degrees cooler. I don't know the real statistics on that, but it's something to look into, and I'm going to have to do research. That's just an adventure I haven't been on yet in the heat of the summer, especially with 2 little dogs, so we'll see about that. Still looking. Massachusetts, hi, JJSW. East Tennessee and the Smoky Mountains, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area. Hi Janet, Evansburg, Indiana. Age is just a number. Being active makes you young. Boy, isn't that true. Like my message to myself was, you know, drink a lot of water and keep moving. I had, well, here's Coco. Come here, my baby. Come here, let everybody see you. Coco, there she is. Isn't she beautiful? Even though she doesn't have very many teeth left, she's still beautiful. Doesn't need dentures. She's a good girl. This poodles are so smart, and she's very special. Aren't you, Coco? She's not sure about this. Anyway, that's both of them. Where was I? There I go off another train of thought. Age is just a number. Oh yeah, motion. Yeah, I had a therapist one time when I'd hurt my hip. Physical therapist said that motion is lotion, so I think that's profound. And Antoinette, I will try to look for something. Yeah, Google didn't remind me. Oh, Mom. Hi, there's my mommy. Say hi to Mom, everybody. And you made it here, though, and you typed it in. See, at 95, she is super smart. Hilton Head, South Carolina is an amazing island with beautiful white sand beaches. My daughter loves to fly kites on the beach. Yes, I spent some, went to a couple of conventions on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Hello, just tuned in. Congrats on your first live. Cargo on. I was almost stationed at Bar Harbor. Thank you for the videos from Washington State. They do live makes up for video. I'm glad gas prices don't put you down. No, they slow me down. Gas prices slow me down. I try not to take the big trips. I want to see things in between, and that sometimes gives you opportunities to see some things you might not have. That last video with the Hoover Dam Lodge and Casino, that was another one that was just spectacular, and you could see by the full parking lot there that a lot of RVers did go there, and yet it's not something that people always put on their agenda when going. And they would, the lodge there allowed people to stay. I mean, I could have stayed longer. I stayed for 3 days. And all you had to do was go in and fill out a piece of paper telling them your phone number and your license plate in case they needed to get in touch with you. But they have great, real security at casinos. I'm from Washington State, okay. June. Michelle, okay, that explains my question. Okay, Tammy, I just thought you were at West. Hello. Okay, so let me try that pet correct. Okay, watch this. See this thing? Susie. Oops. I kind of hate to do that. They jump when I do it, but boy, it works. So I'm parked in front of the dog park. Oops, look over there. I'm parked in front of the dog park at Love's, and so when they see another dog particularly go by, they like to bark at them. I just thought you were, yeah, sorry, I can't keep up with the timeline, but now that I hear you're in Georgia, maybe there's quite a few months lag. I'm not sure if you're talking to me, but I'm not in Georgia. I am on the West Coast. Where do you park? You go to RV parks and state parks? I definitely go to state and county parks. I like to find free places to park. I like truck stops are now being called travel centers, which to me is much more accurate than truck stop. I like them. They are 24 hours. There are people around, and they have the bathrooms and showers and laundry facilities. They have food and all kinds of things. So and it's free. So I like that. Casinos, well, my last experience with a county park wasn't that great. I mentioned that, where I got locked in that bathroom. Hopefully my getting locked in that bathroom may have saved somebody's life in the future, because I hope, and I'm pretty sure, that they will change their policy so they don't ever lock that door again without checking, make sure there's not anybody inside. And I was only there, I don't know, it seemed like half an hour, but I might have only been as little as 5 minutes. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking clearly. Where do we park? Oh, yeah, I see. I'll be back through Georgia. In fact, because this is really a road trip. In fact, sometime I'll take a picture. Something that you can do is Google has a timeline that you can kind of set up in your Google Maps. And I can look back at where I've been, because it kind of blurs together in a way as far as what order that I went to different things. I remember everywhere I've been, but I don't always remember which order it was. Especially for doing videos, once in a while I almost get things out of order, or I may have gotten things out of order. So it shows a timeline. It literally puts little pins at different places that you've stopped. So my butterfly tracks are kind of going like that, and then up into the corner eventually. And but that's kind of fun to watch, is the timeline in Google Maps. Also, you can do location sharing, which could even be good locally if you're not out on the road traveling. location sharing, so that family members can see where you are in case they can't get in touch with you. That could be a safety factor. Oh, teachers in Ohio are allowed to carry guns now. Well, we'll see how that works. Um, 12 miles a gallon. Ooh, that's painful. Yeah, I would travel slower, and I would travel less. Susie's trying to get some water. Let me give her some water. You want to share, you guys? There you go. Okay. They come first, you know. I like electric. That's good. You're eco-friendly. Yeah, it's pocketbook friendly, except that it's not cheap to start with. So if you get an electric vehicle or hybrid, you're paying up front for the gas. And since I'm driving a lot, I don't know if it actually makes up for it, but I'm still glad that I got the, boy, can you hear Coco drinking? All right, you're quite the drinker here. Let me put this back here for you. Okay, I was holding it for her. My neighbors already think I'm odd. Don't think they'd like me sleeping in my car in the driveway. Well, you know, put your window covers up, sneak out there. Why you care what they think? I just thought of that. Don't care what they think. It's your driveway. It's your car. Let's see. You know what? I need new glasses too. Maybe that would help me with my dizziness. Sometimes I can see in my videos that there's a little, the coating on my glasses looks like there are bubbles there because it's not. Oh, Stephanie Dean, my very first ever. My very first ever, what is that? It's called a super chat, I think. Am I right? $5? Thank you so much. Yay. Kiwi Rose. Hi, Janet. Fellow Floridians. Stephanie, hi. Sometimes in Missouri allows, oh yeah, I think I've scrolled back. Oh, that's Missouri allow teachers to carry also. I hope it goes nationwide. Well, I don't know. I just see shootouts everywhere. That's what I do, live mostly at the truck stops and go into town for my physical therapy, always score 3 to 4 showers a week. You know, I've, Kiwi Rose, $4.99, thank you, Kiwi. Kiwi Rose, that's a neat name. Super chat. Showers. Yeah, showers. I'm gonna have to show it in my next video. I'm not sure I could find it right now, but I found a new thing for hair I hadn't ever seen before, so I got one, and I'll put that at the end of my, I'll try to remember to put that at the end of my next video. I did the shower cap, and that worked pretty good. It really made my hair feel nice. Although, because I was in dust storms in Arizona, I rinsed it out too. But it really felt good. And you can do that rinse out in just a sink in a second or two. Just rinse it. But I found this new thing. It's like a foam. I'll have to try it before I do the next video because I don't want to recommend it without having tried it. I appreciate Jan and her adventures. Love her perspective. Thank you. How do you stay cool at night if you're in high humidity areas? I haven't had much of that. I had some heat, and warmer nights, but not really heat in the desert. But I've been in a lot of mountains off and on, so I haven't had a heat issue yet, and I'm not looking forward to it. We'll have to see. I did find these shirts though, and I wish I had one now. Maybe I'll show that as a tip too for the heat. As I'm driving, and this is something for you to know if this is something you want to do, or if you're already doing it. I was going west, right? From Florida, going west. So the sun's coming in from the windshield in the afternoon. So I got to where I drove early, where it was cooler and the sun was not shining in and just burning my hands, the back of my hands, because they're up on the steering wheel, you know, and the back of my hands would get just burnt. But I found these shirts on Amazon, and they're UV rated, and I will show it to you. You've probably seen them. They're like a light turquoise color, and they're very long sleeves, so that I can cover my hands when I'm driving or if I'm out. But when the sun is on your skin, if you're outside, that's when you really heat up. You would think that, I mean, it's like people in deserts, like Saudi Arabia or Arabian people, for generations have covered their skin when they're in the sun to keep it from burning, because that actually is hot. But this material, it feels cool to the touch. Even in the heat, it feels cool to the touch. So I will get that together for you for the next time, and I'm definitely going to be wearing those shirts. I may get a whole wardrobe of just those shirts for the summer. And there are cooling pads and cooling towels and cooling blankets that you can find on Amazon, and things like this, but they're made of a material that feels cool against your skin, and if you really want it to cool you down, you can wet it a little bit and wring it out. So I'm looking forward to that for the summer. Hi Jan and everyone. Blue Mountain Moth, hi. I just love what you're doing. It's so good to see a woman being independent. I am in Southeast Arizona and hope you soon get to California. I have. Well, Judith Montgomery, good for you. Yes. I did dip into California a little. It's not someplace I want to spend much time in. I mean, I would love to spend a lot of time in California. There's so many wonderful things there. But the gas prices when I dipped in there a little bit was awful. Just awful. So I'm going to be avoiding California as much as I can. I may have to see some things, but gas prices awful. You know, I don't, people say I'm brave and independent and all that, and I'm just doing what I have to do. I guess, I don't know, maybe it's when you get older, it's a choice. It's a choice. Am I going to stay in that recliner? Am I going to get out there to see the world? It's an easy choice for me. Easy, not brave. Easy. Anything that could happen here could have happened when I lived in Gainesville. You know, anything. Cars are made for, I mentioned this, and I had a post one time where I said, could you be safer, could a vehicle be safer than an apartment? Yeah, you know, it's a little of each, of course. Some things could be, and it depends on the apartment, depends on the car. But you know, cars are made to withstand a crash. And apartments aren't. Not that an apartment's going to crash, or a car could crash into it. I don't know if I'm making this clear. But for example, the windows, I think, in cars would be a little harder to break, for example, than in an apartment. Most of the time, the windows in an apartment or a house just go plink and they're gone. Maybe if you're in Florida, you have hurricane windows or some kind of double windows or stronger windows, and that's good. I don't think you could break a door down very easy. It mostly would be somebody coming through a window, and I would think that, you know, an arm that can't reach you, reaching in, you could do a lot of damage to that arm. I have various safety items that could do a lot of damage to that arm coming in through a window. So I feel safe. And I don't go places where I don't feel safe. One of the safest places I've felt like I was in casinos, oddly, and 24-hour places like I'm at right now, where there are always people around. I wonder if you could attach a solar panel to the roof. You certainly could. I've seen people do that with minivans. I do have a rooftop box, and there is probably no reason why that couldn't be a solar panel attached to that. And actually the rooftop box sort of shades the car, for that matter. In mine in particular, there are a lot of different kinds of rooftop boxes. Some of them are like a little bubble, so they don't cover very much of the top of the car. But if you've looked at mine a few times, you'll see that it's really long and very wide, so it covers a lot of the car. It's not very tall, but it looks like it was made for skis or something. It's very wide, so it should shade the car. It's almost like I'm carrying a tree around with me. I don't have very much up there, mostly just kind of camping things that I wouldn't really want to have in the car, but I think that's going to shade the car a little. And I could put a solar panel on top of that probably. CPAPs can be powered with most power banks. I am thinking you need a 500 model or larger. What model is my Blue Eddy? They've come out with another slightly different and a probably improved 700 Blue Eddy, but mine is the I guess older model of 700. Why truck stops? Do you feel safe there? I do feel safe here. I started out going to a lot of Cracker Barrels in Florida because without a lot of boondocking in Florida, no BLM land to speak of, but there are some free places. But in Florida, most nights the Cracker Barrels were full of campers. It was, for all practical purposes, a campsite. So I felt safe with all those people around. But if there's nobody there, I'm not staying. And if there are not several there, I'm not staying. I'd drive all night if I had to, not to stay someplace all by myself. And that's very different. If you watch Carolyn's RV life, she really likes to be out where she can't see anybody for a very long way. And and maybe I'll get like that someday. But right now I want people around, and I like 24-hour places to park where there are people. And yeah, truck stops have everything I need. You know, food, restrooms, showers, and although I have Planet Fitness, I should really make it clear that I use Planet Fitness for showers. They're not absolutely everywhere, but they are a lot of places. And if any of you are thinking about Planet Fitness, there's a drawback for us older folks, and that is that a lot of them, this is really silly, who did this, can't imagine, in the locker area, if you've ever been in one of them, in the locker area where it's pretty much not wet, they have this non-slip floor. In the shower area, I think they found the slipperiest floor they could. And they put the dressing rooms all the way across the room from the shower. So you got to get undressed to some degree and run across to the shower, and then I mean I know you've got to have shower shoes on, and that's going to help with the slipperiness, but it just doesn't make sense to me how they have it arranged. And I might even look into a different gym, and Anytime, and some of the others, to see where they're all located, if I might switch. Do you feel safe? Yep. I have balance problems like you, so I do appreciate your video about that. Thank you. I don't want to compare myself to somebody who has severe disabilities. I have to be very careful because I do get that. Now, I've had it worse, though. I've had it. I want to be clear that I don't have the kind where I've had it where I couldn't stand up at all. And that was definitely inner ear. But most of the time, it's not that bad. It's just where I feel insecure, and so I feel like I need to hold on to something. It's not that I'm actually falling over, and it's something that I think everybody should be, older folks should be aware of, whether or not you have that little bit of vertigo like I have. Yeah, I consider it more of a balance issue than like a dizziness. I can West Coast swing, Richard. West Coast swing, I'm not sure what the difference, I know what swing is. I did a different kind of dance. There is a van life with senior women on Facebook. Yeah, Breath of Home, there are quite a few different van life for senior women. Um, uh, Senior Women Van Lovers was the one that I went to that meetup with. That was just a wonderful, wonderful event. I have a video on that where the last day we just kind of, I think it was I think some people had already left, and I went around and did some quick van tours of people, so that was really fun. Uh-oh. People in the dog park, excuse me. Here it goes again. Okay, see, look, Susie, look. Hey, see? That calmed her down. Coco, no. Wow. Before, nothing would have stopped him. That stuff works. It's great. I just got out of bed. Lovely to see you live. Love and hugs from Australia. Yeah, Gail, we're on a way different time zone than you. That's kind of been unusual to get used to too. I've heard things about the Jackery. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the Jackery. The Blue Eddy was blue. It went with my interior decorations. And Bob Wells gave a good review of Blue Eddy and their new technology. Maybe it's just mine. I don't know maybe they'll fix it and maybe I'll give them a good review, but right now it's not so great. A SunPower 12 volt that plugs into a cigarette lighter that keeps your car battery charged. EcoFlow 600 watt charges in an hour and a half from an AC outlet. Yeah. Jackery takes too long to charge. Yeah. Dogs. Hey, Susie, look. There. That worked. Where was I? Yeah, most of the time I'm not putting out solar panels in parking lots. Whether it's a casino or a truck stop. Actually, most of the time if I get a campsite, I ask for electric. When I went to Valley of Fire, which you saw in the last video, it was no reservations. It was first come, first serve. So I met the park ranger thing there, and I asked if there were any sites available, and he said, well, since you don't need electric. And I said, oh yeah, I do. I pointed down there, it's electric. And yeah, whenever I get a campsite, I get electric. So I don't use the solar panels all that much, and I have, and they worked pretty good. But almost 100% of the time, my Blue Eddy has been charged through the car, as I'm driving, of course. Well, yeah, they may send you a new one based on this issue. Sounds like it. Yeah, I hope they do. When I left a message for them, they said that they were swamped, so I guess they gave me an excuse before I even talked to them. From Florida, hi. Oh, hey, Judy Gorman. I know you. She's so private. She wouldn't want me to say who she is. But hi, Judy. Julie in Lee Mears. Yes, most single female nomads with a YouTube channel have expressed that they feel safer staying overnight at truck stops when only needing one night between campsites. Yeah, I actually have stayed up to 2 nights in truck stops that have only the ones that have the really big parking lots where I'm not in the way. And usually it was because I was editing a YouTube video. Need to create more places. Absolutely. More places to park, I am assuming, yeah. It's usually cooler by a lake, too, yeah. Minivan. No, Susie, hey. Minivan Lee, a few months ago, was on the California coast and said that the coast was cooler also, maybe with the breezes and all. Cooler by a lake, two blocks from Lake Ontario. I bet you're cooler up there just because you're north, hopefully. You feel the air cooler as I drive home down the road. Yeah. I can't afford campsites, so I stay mostly truck stops, gas stations. I feel much safer in those places. Yeah, if you get an app, let's see, well, I'm using the phone that has the apps on it, but I like iOverlander is maybe my favorite. And freecampsites.net, Campendium. I can't think of the others. Dirt's another really good one to help you find free campsites. But if you're in an area with casinos, I wouldn't really stay at a really tiny casino. You know, I like I like the bigger ones with the bigger parking lots and the real security. Uh, I'm very careful about where I stay. I haven't ever had a problem. I've always felt safe. And when I didn't, I think especially that one time that I've had a couple of occasions where I drove a little bit past it when I had a couple of options. There have been a couple of times now. But I'm serious. I would drive all night long if I had to. Haven't had to, but I would not to stay someplace where I did not feel fairly comfortable. That's how you feel safe out here. And yeah, I can't really afford to be at campsites all the time. I can't. My hi Jan's mom is here. Oh, I must be way behind. Am I that far behind? Oh my goodness. Oh, tell you about my dance background. Okay, Jane. All right, I will. In 1976, when my second daughter was born, I was way overweight. And back then, I think gyms were mostly for men. I don't know. I wasn't interested in going to a gym. Could have played tennis. Could have gone swimming, which I'm an okay swimmer, but I can't swim for long periods of time. Could do running and walking and all that, but the bad then, this is before videos, tape players and CDs and DVDs. The thing then, and I happened to live in Dunedin, Florida at that time, and Tarpon Springs, which is a Greek community, was just north of me, and the big fad across the country then was belly dancing. So I took belly dancing there in Tarpon Springs, and then I ended up teaching there, and I taught belly dancing for over 30 years. So there's something you didn't know about me. And you could look up a picture of me on Google. Just put in Janet Privett, Privett, images, and up will pop a picture that you'll have to look at really close to tell that it's me. So there. Your dog is cute. I'm in South Carolina. Are you headed for the redwoods soon? I can't say. Sorry. But I can't say. I'm in Colorado now, but I'm from Northern California in the redwoods. Lucky you. My dad has old growth redwoods in his yard. Oh, sometime I'm going to have to talk to you about my relationship with trees. Not just a tree hugger. I like to just go up and touch them. To me, it's almost like they have personalities, but I'll go into that some other day. Hoover Dam has less water, and the west is in a drought. Well, if you really look at that video I just did, that I just put up, it's devastating to see how low Lake Mead is. It's devastating when you look at the huge area that used to cover and how far down that bathtub ring is from where it used to be. It is devastating. It's frightening to see that it's really never been that low, and it's really scary. I can't even wrap my head around how much water is not there anymore. Hi Tammy. Julian the sheriff, I spoke, is supposed to combat homelessness of all kinds. Yeah, I don't know how making a law against it combats homelessness. Great alarm system. My dogs are a great alarm system, yes. Favorite national park? I haven't been to as many as I'd like to be. I find a lot of the smaller things, like I don't think the Valley of Fire, I think that was a state park, maybe partially a national park. I think they had a dual control of that park. Um, I do want to go to Yosemite. I want to go to all of them. I won't get them on my first round, in this first round going around, but I think you will notice, though, that my travels are not, I guess, it's just natural to compare myself to other channels, but most of them kind of go here and then they'll go there and then mine's really a path. It's really a path. I'm going around. And next time, it probably still will be something of a path, not just going here and then wanting to go there. I'm going to see what's on the path, what's over that next hill. Lives off of I-81 East, exit 30 in East Tennessee, has an RV area with hookups. Yeah, I've heard that they're going to be doing that. They really, Loves in particular, and probably the others too will come along. I like Flying J and Pilot. I like some of those more than others, just like Loves. There's some of the Loves that have smaller parking lots and just aren't as great. But Loves in particular has a goal of having RV parks there. Not fancy to look at, but RV hookups so that RVs can stay there. I think they all have dump stations now. It's wonderful that they're putting in the dog parks. I appreciate that. I mean, if you've got to stretch your legs, then surely your dogs do too. Travel centers. Need new glasses. Used to belong to NACO, which was a national-wide campground where you can camp and have a yearly membership. Yeah, I know there's 1,000 trails. I haven't heard of NACO. That dog corrector really does work. Most of the time, if I can get them to look at me and just show it to them. Sometimes they're so intently looking at, for example, a dog outside that they don't see it. But I don't even have to shoot it off if they'll look at me. What do I do for internet? Interesting questions. It goes through my car. This thing is just amazing, this car. I actually have a Wi-Fi hotspot in my car. I get it through... it goes through Chrysler and AT&T. And I have been able to finish editing a video and then upload it while I'm driving. So I know some people have to go to like a Starbucks or a library to upload their videos, and I'm lucky that I can do that on the road. Reading glasses, yeah. I have to have the bifocal though, and I need them for driving, and my eyes are different, so different prescriptions. So reading glasses don't work for me. I also have an astigmatism, so reading glasses don't help. Wonder if they're going to wear body armor too. Oh, the teacher's body armor. Yeah, I wonder. Well, it'll be interesting. People should be able to live the way they want. Not everyone wants to be in a stupid house. Yes. I don't want to be in a house. I don't want to be tied to a house. No. Oregon high too. Oregon gas prices, I think you're probably talking about. I'm way behind, aren't I? I'm working on it. You have 60 people watching your first live stream. That's great for a first time. Thank you. Yes, it is. I'm so glad every last one of you are here, whether you make a comment or not. What kind of car do you have? I have a 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Limited plug-in hybrid. I have to say it slow because it's such a mouthful. I sold a home and bought a home. This is my new home. So I didn't feel too bad putting that much into it. I needed to have the warranty. I needed to have something secure, and I needed, you know, it's got a lot of safety features. I mean, it's amazing. I could go on for hours on the safety features, like blind side warning, blind spot warning, you know, automatic braking. It doesn't quite drive itself, but it has the lane assist, and it'll park itself, and either parallel or diagonal parking, it will park itself and do a better job than I could do. So it's pretty amazing. My pup heard your dog drinking, so he went over and started drinking. Social drinkers. When the storms come, you can drive away. Absolutely. I mean, I'm from Florida where storms come, you know, and I don't need a bug out bag. This is my bug out bag, or right here. I got everything I need right here. If I get stuck in traffic, I got food, I got water, I got a potty. Yeah, if I'm uncomfortable, I can drive away. Hey, travel grandma. Miss you guys. That was so much fun. Julie, Jan, have you ever been married and had children? Yes, I was, and I have 2 beautiful daughters, grown and secure in their life and happy. How often am I going to do lives? I don't know. A lot of people do them once a week, and I'll get better at this. You know, I'm going to think about it. I just thought this would be kind of an experiment, but this is fun. And it wasn't hard to do at all with a cell phone. I just think it'd be easier to navigate all this stuff and keep up better if I was on my computer, and I'll try that next time. It's funny, these chat things fade away if I don't touch the screen. East Coast swing is like Lindy ballroom dance, and I could foxtrot. Wow, look at you. I've always wanted to do that, but I don't follow so well. I'm not a good follower. I wouldn't be a good leader either. I'm more independent. Always have been. What age is considered senior? I am turning 51 on the 4th. I don't know. I think it's a matter of attitude. I guess, you know, the government starts considering us senior at 62. You could take Social Security. At 65, you can get, and this kind of, it changes, I guess, but what is that? AARP considers you a senior. What do they start sending you stuff at 50, 45? So I don't really know. I guess I've seen some people in their 20s and 30s that acted senior. Hello from NB, Canada. Love your videos. You are an inspiration. How sweet, Debbie. Senior is usually 65. Yeah, that's probably, yeah. But it's still all, it's an attitude thing too, I think. I just subscribed, yay! Maria Graham, thank you. Yeah, I don't have very many more to go, just a little bit more to get to 10,000. SW over 50, 55 is a senior discount at some stores. Yeah, see, there are some advantages. Plus, when you can start, there are only a couple of times in your life that you really want to be older. For some people, it's when they can drink or vote or get married or something. Those are young ages. And then the next time you really want to get older is when you can go on Social Security and you can retire. 57, but I get senior discounts because I let my hair turn silver, LOL. I will have to check the page out. Thank you. Lori, I'm gray too. Yeah, I do I color my hair. I still have some darker hair. I really wanted it to be bright white. My mom's hair is real pretty bright white. Run out of that spray doing this live. Yeah, that's why I bought 3 cans of it. I bought everything they had. I didn't want to run out, but an empty can will work if I can get them to look at me. You need to trust your gut. Travel grandma, absolutely. Trust your gut on a lot of different things, particularly on being safe. Yeah, you'll know. That sounds kind of vague, but you will. And the more experience you get, the more you will be able to tell. Every Walmart I've been to have no overnight parking signs and are running RVs and cars and campers out. Yeah, and a lot of that is the fault of the cars and campers. You know, they've left messes, or they've tried to stay for 3 months, or they've act like it's a campground and they you know have everything but a campfire. Belly dancing is beautiful. Yes, I wish I could go into the real the history of belly dancing. It wasn't a dance done for men. It was a dance for women by women. It was really the early. There are some signs that it was an early method of Lamaze because obviously women and children would have died in childbirth, but it was a way to teach a young woman to concentrate on her breathing and to develop the muscles for childbirth. And apparently the women of a village would come around. It was like Lamaze, and she was having a baby. They would do the movements, and the rhythmic movements to help her concentrate and breathe. And it's fun. It's just fun. Go deep sea fishing out of Tarpon Springs. Love that place. Oh, I don't know if you ever went to Papas's. That was a Greek restaurant there years ago, and I'm pretty sure it's not there anymore. Belly dancing explains my confidence. Well, you know what? I really was super painfully shy until I did that, and I felt like I was a different person, kind of a persona or something. Yeah, that did help with my confidence. Hi, Sandra. Sandra Carpenter's here. The earth is getting too hot. I've been to Lake Mead a long time ago. Well, you wouldn't recognize it now. There's not much left. Not much at all. Yes, part of the redwood forest is in Northern California. How come you didn't go see the redwoods? I am. I'm going to. That video will be coming up before much longer. The states that get a lot of rain need to start farming it now. Oh, yeah. I think it's going to come to shipping huge containers of water to the South and Midwest. Or you may have refugees. You may have refugees escaping parts of the country with no water. I mean, you can extrapolate it out, and it doesn't look good right now. It's part of Thousand Trails. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm familiar with Thousand Trails. I've considered that, and someday I might look into that again. But right now I'm on a road trip. It may get into more camping later. Some guy just pulled up wanting to know if I'm selling my van. Watch out for strange men and strange questions. Absolutely. Oh boy. Oh, Breath of Home may help you get a gallon of gas in California. How sweet. Breath of Home just did a super chat for $20. Oh, I love that. I need a noisemaker, don't I? Maybe I can get one of those little party favors. That would be so nice. Thank you. I didn't expect that. That's beautiful of you. Thank you. Maybe it'll help me get some new glasses. I'm in New Zealand, 58, following you. Love your adventures. Thank you. 74 people here now, and I'm probably way behind. I grew up near Dunedin. Really, I graduated high school in Dunedin. Wandering Willow Blossom. Enjoy your time on the road. I love your scarf and the color. The colors are beautiful. I will be watching your video. Thank you, Maria. I have them numbered now. If you came in late, I have them numbered 1 through 14. I only have 14 so far for butterfly tracks. The others are older. Women are followers in dancing, ballroom, and swing. Yeah, Richard, and I'm not a good follower. I wouldn't take over and lead, but I just never. Belly dancing is independent and it's improv. And so, I don't know. I did dance with someone a long time ago that you could have been passed out and he would make you look like you were dancing, because he would fling you out there and drag you back and throw you around. You didn't have any choice. You danced, because you could have been a rag doll and he would make you look like you were dancing. I got invited to AARP when I was 24. All right. Delphi Larkin. Lori, I have to say your personality shines in the live stream. Oops. Once a week and you're going to be flooded with followers. Well, that's good. Once a week. Maybe Sunday afternoons are good. This one's good. Enjoy your videos. Hello from Atlanta. You know, as I'm reading this here, and I'm having trouble reading, I can read the chat, what you write, but seeing your name, it's like there's a black background, and then it's like a dark gray where your name is, so it's really kind of hard to see. Cheryl, hi, first time doing this. It's my first time doing this. Maybe it's your first time chat. Yeah, I'll get better at this. Wow, Jen, that's really convenient that you have internet connection in your car. That's called hotspot. Yep, hotspot. It works good. I mean, of course, there are places where it doesn't pick up, just like with a phone. It is AT&T, and I've been real happy with it. Cheryl, hi. Virginia, lovely to see your first live chat, Jan. Yes, our minivans are our fully equipped bug out getaways. Watching from New Zealand, all right. J. Jane, trying to talk husband into selling. It isn't that I don't appreciate the fact that it fades, have a roof over my head, yeah, but I know this house isn't for me. I really don't know where I want to settle down. Yeah. I guess I could tell you that maybe some of my nomad roots are the fact that I am an Air Force brat. My dad was a pilot in the Air Force, and in the wisdom of the Air Force, we were in Maine, in Bangor, Maine, and then they didn't just send us somewhere a couple of states away. They sent us from Bangor, Maine, and we did a road trip all the way across the top of the United States. And then halfway around the world to Guam is where we were stationed the next time. And that's the longest that I ever lived anywhere growing up, was on Guam. And that was, I don't know, maybe 3 years, maybe less, I don't know. But usually it was 2 years. And then when they shipped us out from Guam, they didn't just send us to California. No, in their wisdom, they sent us, here's another long road trip from Guam down to Miami, to Homestead Air Force Base. So that was the southern road trip. So when I said in my first video that I had been across the United States twice, all across the United States, those are the 2 road trips that I'm talking about. But I was like, I think I was between 7 and 10 years old or something like that. So that might be the roots of my nomad life. See you on the first time to chat with you. Hi, Angela. Julie, some businesses consider you to be senior at 55. Yeah, you start getting discounts, so there are things to look forward to. Richard, some people live in more than one house right now. New houses sell quickly. You might have to downsize. I think downsizing is good anyway. It seemed like a weight off of me. I wanted to know, in about 5 years, should I buy a new van to start my travels? You know, everybody's different. I can't really advise you on whether to buy a new one. I mean, finances are a big part of all that. And I stuck my neck out not financing this and putting a big chunk of cash into it. But it's peace of mind knowing that it's paid for and that I don't have to worry about repairs as much, hopefully, or at least they'd be covered, and the gas mileage is good and the safety's fantastic. What is the power of my Blue Eddy at 700? Like your scarf, love the color. Thank you. Love your vids. Hello from Venice, Florida. You always have a place to stay with me. Thank you, Beverly. We can go to a beach sundown drumming. There are belly dancers from 80 plus to itty bitty toddlers. Yes, when I was teaching belly dancing, I had years and years and years, and I didn't charge anything because I wanted to have fun too. So it was just a girls' night out kind of, and we had I think my oldest student was 78, which doesn't seem that old to me now. I taught up until not that many years ago, and some of my best little belly dancers were kids. There was a Girl Scout troop that came in and they were just free. They didn't have any inhibitions. They just were so free. I'm in the Air Force vet. Been all over except Southwest and Midwest. Angela Chung, thank you. Well, I've really gone a long time here. I don't know if it looks like we have still 69 people on here and 111 likes. That's great. I'm sorry I was so slow at it, but I will get used to looking over here and reading the scrolls as they go along. The male belly dancers are really good too. Oh, isn't that right? And I've seen a few that look slightly feminine, but most of them that I've seen are very, very masculine, and so not to worry about that part. What is this channel about? CDC Village. Well, it's about my road trip mostly. I just wanted to take off and see America, so I did. I sold my home and everything. I don't have a storage unit. I live and travel full-time in my minivan with my 2 little dogs. And we're out and about seeing America. We're doing great chat. Some great first live chat. I would try belly dancing. Yes, Richard, you should. I mean, it sounds like you've got the moves anyway if you're doing all those different kinds of dances. You should look it up on YouTube. I know that there are male belly dancers on YouTube. It's a great, great exercise. It is an exercise that gets some muscles that tennis won't get. All kinds of movement. I probably missed a lot. Trying to scroll, but I'm not the first one. I've seen other people that have had problems keeping up with the scrolling. I appreciate all of you being here today. I really do. I appreciate you all the time. I really do. I just can't believe what this channel has done. It gets confusing a little bit sometimes that because my 6-month anniversary being out here is probably already passed because I left in December. Yeah, that May would have been my 6-month anniversary on the road. Uh-oh. I had a glitch there, probably in my connection. Anyway, I'm coming up on my 6-month anniversary for YouTube too, probably, but all of this happened, no, 3 months. Anyway, I think it started in February, whatever. And I'm just amazed every day at how this channel has grown. How do you deal with the high prices of gas? I travel less, not as far each time. I can always find something interesting. Going through right now. Oh, a bad thunderstorm. Yeah, it's just raining a little off and on here. Sunday's a great time. Okay then, everybody. I think I'll end it now, and I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the super chats. I didn't expect that. But Sundays are good. Okay, let's try this again next Sunday. I hope the time's good for you. I'm going to do a little more investigating how to do this a little more efficiently. I'll have some things some subjects to cover, and please come with questions. I really appreciate the questions, and I'll do it on my computer so I can follow them better. And thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate you all. Happy trails. This was fun. I did a good job. Yay. Sunday's good. Okay, next week, Sunday, same time, same place, everybody. Thank you so much. See you next Sunday. Bye. Now I have to figure out how to turn it off, right? Okay. Rotate device.